Welcome to another edition of Between Two Trumpets. I'm your host, Neil Bernson. On today's episode, we have two great guests. They are universally loved by every member of the orchestra. They are our two stagehands, Rocky and John. Rocky, John, come on in.
Age before beauty.
Here we go. Welcome.
Hi, Neil.
Good. Rocky,
Hi, Neil.
have a seat. Don't be careful on the trumpets. We're between the trumpets and
We're between the trumpets.
Yeah, watch out.
Couldn't
Careful.
knock this freaking trumpet over.
All right, good. So, tell me this. Rocky, how long have you been with the Symphony?
The Symphony, 13 years, but with the organization, Heinz Hall, 10, like 23 years, 23.
Okay, how about you, John?
32 years.
32 years.
He's old.
Wow, you carry it well. That's
thank
great.
you.
Excellent. Okay, so now...
How about you? How long have you been there?
17.
Oh, you're young.
I'm young. Yeah, okay, so now you guys have been with the orchestra for so long, and you know, you'll do anything any musician asks. You know, I mean, that's what's so great about you. If we need a stand, whatever we need, you guys take care of us. So with regard to that, like, who asks you to do the most stuff that you really feel is unnecessary? Which musician would that be?
What's our honesty here? I mean, what's the level from like 1 to 10? Oh,
10. I want 10.
I asked John.
John, who's the biggest pain in your rear? All right. Well, it's true. I think.
But actually, he knows it.
He knows it. Okay. Good. So now, also, you know, when we travel in Europe, you guys always go with the instruments. You travel ahead of the orchestra. You go with the instruments. Have there ever been any interesting things that happen on the borders as you're crossing over with all the instruments in the trucks? Anything, Rocky?
Well, absolutely. It all depends if you're in the EU or when you're outside the EU. It's two different situations. Outside the EU, you need a lot of bribery: CDs, T-shirts, cigarettes. But the poor truck drivers take the brunt of it, buying their own cigarettes for customs, the police. I mean, you know, they're all. It's nutty.
There was a famous story with you guys when we were in Russia, and you had to fly on some plane. Tell me that story.
We were in this great plane, and there was no heat in the plane. The seats were actually like a regular seat, but the pads were worn out, so you're basically sitting on the rim of the seat.
Oh, man.
It smelled like diesel fuel. There were big horseflies flying around. We had towels around our heads to try to keep the horseflies from biting us.
You couldn't use the bathrooms.
Couldn't use the bathrooms. No
They were
bathrooms.
They were broken.
You can only fly. There
Wait,
was.
and our instruments are on this plane? I
Instruments
mean,
are
I
right
feel bad
behind
for you
us.
guys, but
Right
ragdolls
behind
are
us.
on that plane?
Yes.
Okay, so now, how about, you know, when you set up the stage every day for the orchestra, what do you make of these plastic shields that some of the players put up? What do you make of that?
Get John, you handle this one.
It's your fault.
Well, no, I mean, dulcet tones, right? But if they ask for them, you put them up.
We put them up.
There's nothing we can do to make that
Getting
stop.
back to our favorite person.
Okay, now tell me this. So, you know, when we travel around in Europe, a lot of the halls are really old.
Yeah.
And they're pre-elevators, right? So you guys have to carry the instruments up several flights of stairs many times, right? And you'll hire some local guys to help,
Yeah,
right? Right. So what is the most expensive instrument that you've dropped?
Trumpets.
Yeah.
They're not very expensive. I got news for you. Well, thank you. Listen, you guys are loved by the orchestra. We're lucky to have you, and thanks for being on Between Two Trumpets.